Hello there, and welcome to this fast track video. In this fast track video, we're going to be teaching you about audio equipment. Each video is going to be very different, and it's going to dive deep into specific audio equipment. In these training videos, we're going to show you who uses this particular audio equipment, why it's used, how to use it, as well as specific technical jargon that might confuse you or that you might not know about. So without further ado, let's jump into this training video and learn more about audio equipment.
Let us first begin by looking at what is a wireless microphone. A wireless microphone is a microphone that connects up to a mixing console or to a recording system without the use of a cable. The only cable that's connected to the console is between the receiver and the mixing console, whereas the microphone, which is used by the speaker or presenter, is wireless. Wireless microphones come in 4 different configurations, mainly headset, handheld, lapel, or instrument pickups. A wireless microphone transmitter will connect up to the receiver either using analog or digital connections. The analog connections are mainly in VHF or UHF, whereas a digital microphone uses analog connections, however, instead of sending radio waves, uses zeros and ones digitally. Wireless microphones will either utilize standard 9V or AA batteries or rechargeable lithium-ion batteries. This all depends on the user and how they would like to use their system. That is it for what is a wireless microphone. Let us move on to the next section of this video. Let's have a look at who would use a wireless microphone system. Mainly, anybody that's doing public address, such as pastors, lecturers, gym instructors, singers, dancers, presenters, or even musicians. You may have noticed that I also use a wireless microphone for these presentations, as it is convenient and it is out of sight and it allows me to use my hands freely. That is it for who would use a wireless microphone. Let us move on to the next section of this video. Let us now have a look at why someone would want to use a wireless microphone as opposed to a wired microphone. Firstly, to get rid of cables. Perhaps the user does not want cables to be seen during their presentation or their performance. Next up, wireless microphones are also used by people that are doing bodily movements such as dancing and singing at the same time. When dancing or moving around, cables tend to present a problem as they can get wrapped around the body of a person using a wired microphone. So that is why a wireless microphone system is preferred. Next up, using a wireless microphone frees the presenter's hands if they are using a lapel. Much like I use a lapel microphone for these presentations, it is much easier for me to use my hands while speaking into the wireless microphone. Last but not least, wireless microphones help with the distance from the transmitter to the receiver, especially in a stage performance. If there is not a lot of room for cables on stage, a wireless microphone system will help with this, as it can be used wirelessly from the mixing console to stage. That is it for why someone would use a wireless microphone. Let's move on to the next section of this video. Let us now have a look at how to connect a wireless microphone system to a mixing console. Setting up a wireless microphone system is very similar to a wired microphone to a mixing console. However, you first need to make a connection between the microphone and the receiver. Let us first begin by making a connection from the wireless microphone to the receiver. Now that a connection has been made between the microphone and the receiver, let us now connect the receiver to the mixing console by taking the output of the receiver and connecting the input to the mixing console. Now that the wireless microphone system is connected to the mixing console, we will now be able to adjust the volumes. And now that there is a signal going in, we have successfully connected to the mixing console. For best performances while using a wireless microphone system, it is advised to keep the receiver and the transmitter in line with each other to avoid interference and disconnection. That is it for how to connect a wireless microphone system. Let us move on to the next section of this video. Let us now have a look at confusing jargon. We'll begin with frequency spectrum. Frequency spectrum is a range of frequencies that are given to different radio communication devices. With regards to wireless microphones are able to run in South Africa between 40 MHz all the way up to 952 MHz. If a wireless microphone operates outside of these frequencies, there is a high chance of interference from other radio frequencies such as radio stations, television stations, or even radio communication devices such as walkie-talkies. Lithium-ion batteries. A lithium-ion battery is a rechargeable battery that can be charged in the device that it is being used in. This means that the battery does not need to be replaced and can always be recharged for further use. However, although the battery does have an extended lifespan, users will find that the lithium-ion battery does run out of power a lot quicker than a regular battery. Next up, VHF, or very high frequency. This is an analog radio wave that is used for wireless microphones. It has a limited range, which means that interference is less likely, and has a larger outdoor distance. And lastly, UHF. Ultra-high frequency. Ultra-high frequency wireless microphones have a high frequency range, meaning that users can use multiple microphones in this area as they can switch between different frequencies and set up different frequencies between their wireless devices. That is it for this section of the video. Let's move on to the next section of this video. Let us now have a look at how to purchase a wireless microphone. Firstly, look at the microphone itself. If you are doing a presentation or if you are doing lots of bodily movements such as being a dance instructor or a gym instructor, a headset or a lapel microphone is recommended, as it is easy to do these bodily movements without needing a microphone in your hands. If you are more comfortable with the feel of a microphone in your hand because you are doing a speech or a presentation, then a handheld microphone would suit you best. Next up, have a look at how many microphones you'd like to use in the area. If you are going to be using multiple microphones in one area, UHF would be your ideal solution, as you can set up microphones in different channels. However, if you are only using a limited amount of microphones, then a VHF microphone would suit you best. However, make sure that your microphones are sitting in different channels. All these microphones vary in price. However, UHF tends to be more expensive than VHF. So if you are looking at a more budget-friendly solution, then VHF would be your option. If you are looking at using multiple microphones, UHF would then be your best option. That is it for how to select a microphone to meet your needs. Let us move on to the next section of this video.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a lot and I hope you enjoyed it. If there was anything you didn't understand, feel free to drop me an email at the email address at the end of this video. Thank you once again for watching and I hope to see you again next time. Take care and bye-bye.